Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. We're going to go ahead and get started here. So for this, we are going to be doing a webinar on the future of PicMonkey. So in our last roundtable with our product team, as you see here, we talked about a lot of new features like brand kits and background remove. And since that time, we've made some big changes to those features, and we've also added a lot, like Smart Resize and, most excitedly, Video in PicMonkey, which just launched recently. So here to talk with us through that today is our wonderful product team. Hi, everybody. How are you?
Hi.
Hi.
Morning.
Morning.
So for those of you who don't know you guys, could you give me a little background on who you guys are, as well as what you do at PicMonkey?
Shall I start?
Yeah, start with Adrian.
Sure, go for it.
I'm Adrian. I'm the director of product at PicMonkey. I've been with PicMonkey about 3 years, and I'm super excited to talk about what we have coming up.
Awesome. Can I get Joe next?
Hi, I'm Joe. I've been at PicMonkey for 4.5 years, and I'm one of the product managers.
Travis.
I will go. Hey guys, good morning from the West Coast. I'm Travis, head of mobile engineering and product here at PicMonkey. Really lucky to work with a really talented group of engineers and product folks, present company included in that. And I work on all things mobile.
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. And for those who don't know me, my name is Jake Fanning, and I am our social community coordinator here at PicMonkey. A lot of you may know me through the Facebook group if you work through there. And if not, I encourage you to go find us on Facebook and join that group. Okay, so like I said, we've already made some big changes to a lot of the features that we've released here. And one of the ones that I wanted to talk about specifically was that I wanted to bring up before we get into some new stuff here is going to be our brand kits. Now, a lot of you may have already used brand kits. We released that several months ago, earlier in the spring, but we've listened to a lot of the feedback, and we've heard a lot of feedback on the ability to add extra color palettes and to add color palettes and more fonts as well. So we've worked through that feedback, and like we always say, we solicit feedback as much as we can, just because we really want to make the best and build the best product and build the best PicMonkey for you guys. So we took a lot of that feedback to heart, and we've made some of these changes to brand kits. So please know that your feedback does count and is important to us. And yeah, that's one of the biggest updates I wanted to update you guys on before we jump into some newer features. So on to new features. The first new feature that I wanted to highlight today was Smart Resize. We've seen a ton of feedback over the years about Resize, and we really wanted to work to build a more intuitive, smarter, if you will, Resize feature. So Adrian, could you give me a little rundown of what Smart Resize is and what it does?
Yeah, I'm super excited about Smart Resize. What it allows you to do is take any design, whether you start with a template or you start with your own images or your own design, and when you are ready, you can resize that document into any additional sizes that would be necessary. And it will smartly detect which objects are the background or appear to be the background, and which elements appear to be text and images on top of that. And it'll resize them appropriately so that you can export those documents all at once. And you can go into each one of those new documents and adjust any of the design elements like the text or the images that you want. If you didn't get the exact outcome, or if you wanted to make a few adjustments so that each one of those was slightly different. It's a great way if you're used to opening up a PicMonkey document, duplicating it, and then making some changes. This is a faster way for you to quickly create multiple documents, all with the same look and feel, but in different output sizes. So if you're posting to a bunch of different social media channels, or if you want to repurpose something, but you want to make it slightly different, this is a great way to kind of duplicate your document and make that workflow a lot faster.
Yeah, no, it's super exciting. I know that I've worked with a bunch of folks who use Smart Resize for their business, mostly for social posts. They'll just create something for Facebook that they know they're going to want to do an Instagram post, Instagram story for, and it's really easy to just click a few buttons and have those all batched into your hub all really quickly, and without the fun distortions that can sometimes happen with just a resize. So I think it's super helpful, and it's made saved a lot of people a lot of time. So let's see. The next feature I wanted to talk about today was the inclusion of iStock into our stock photography library. Late last year, we included the ability to add stock photos into your projects and right from the editor. This year, we've included millions of new professional quality stock photos from iStock by Getty for our pro subscribers. We've added in a ton of these, and luckily all of these, you won't need permissions to use these for your original designs, which means you can use them for marketing, advertising, personal, or artistic purposes. We've just got a ton. I know I spend a lot of time, I've gotten lost a lot of time just going through a lot of the stock photos. I did that when I got Unsplash in at the beginning of the year. And then now with iStock, there's just so many, and there's so much fun to play with. It's just a really vast library. So this has been really exciting. And I'm super, super excited to show it off a little bit here. So
not only does it expand your kind of library from what we had previously, but it also, you can search specifically for iStock. There's a filter that allows you to kind of look for these really professional, high quality photos when you're searching. So I think it's a great way to kind of increase the results that you're getting, and the way that you can stand out when creating your business and social media posts.
Absolutely. Yeah, I always forget we have search feature. It's so wonderful to be able to narrow your results like that and be able to search through their entire libraries, both Unsplash and iStock, which you can, like Adrian said, you can select between Unsplash, between iStock, or search both at the same time. So it gives you a ton of options. So the next feature I want to talk about today is something I'm really excited about is the addition of video in PicMonkey. So a lot of you may have seen recently, I think we just announced this, Adrian, what, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago? It may not even have been that long.
Not even, yeah.
Yeah, super exciting. There's so many opportunities. I know, like I said, I've played around with a lot of stock photography. I've played around even more with video because internally we've had it just for a little bit longer than the public has. And just all of the different things you can make is just, it really expands on what you can do with PicMonkey. So thankfully, Adrian is here to give us a little more information. So Adrian, can you walk us through kind of where this feature came from, and then talk us through what video is and what you can do with it?
Yeah, I think that, we've really, as Jake has mentioned, tried to take a lot of feedback from customers, look at what customers are creating and how we can help them create more unique and impactful graphics for their social media and for their businesses. And video just is a very natural evolution of that. I think, the way that motion and video has been used, especially in social media, where it just is really used to grab attention, to bring focus to your post. I think it's so crucial as a part of design. And we were really excited to be able to work on this year. So in PicMonkey, you can now add a video asset anywhere that you would add a photo asset. So right now, you can open up an existing template, you can open up a document that you've had in the past and instantly add video to that. We also have a few templates that already include some video, so you can start from that if you want, and we'll be adding more of those. But all of our templates that exist and any of your documents that you've already created or a new document can all have video added to them. So when you add a video, you'll be given the option to trim that video to make it the right length. We really think that the most optimal way to use video in PicMonkey is for short videos, things like social posts and things like that. So we will allow you to take your video, crop it down to any length that makes sense. You can also crop the dimensions of the video. You can scale it to make it fit into your document, or place it on your document wherever you want. It can be a background, as you can see here in some of the examples, or it can be one of the layers that you put within your design. And then you can even change its blend mode, so you can get some really cool effects that way. You can also use the paint and erase tool to mask out some of the video if you wanted it to have rounded corners or something like that, create an interesting shape. That would be a really interesting way to do that, is with the paint and erase tool. And then you can export your video as an MP4. And I'll tease out a little bit of what else we have coming next for motion and video soon, but I think toward the end of this webinar. But you'll be able to export an MP4, and then you can get that download, and you can open that download link, which we will both email you, or if you leave PicMonkey open, it will be available right there in the editor. You can access that download and post that to social, download it to your computer or your phone, and have that design exported for you. So it's pretty cool, and I'm just excited about how this is really just the beginning. And I think it's a great way to expand on the designs that you can already make in PicMonkey, and I think it really opens the doors for the things that we want to do in the next couple quarters.
Absolutely. I know I've had a ton of fun just playing, just honestly putting them in our templates that are just with static still images. That's been really fun to just kind of play around with that and make some, especially with bug testing and everything. It just kind of, before we launched, it was really fun to just kind of throw them in a template and see what you can make, and then actually see some of our designers make really professional, like some of the examples you see on the bottom there, some really professional grade designs with videos. It's just been super, super fun process to watch all the way through. So I do have a question. Can you do anything with video on mobile at all? I don't know if that's better for Travis.
Yeah, maybe I'll let Travis take that one.
Yeah, so we do have a plan in place for mobile. I don't want to, spill the beans on what I want to talk about here shortly, but currently we do offer video upload support to, upload videos from directly your mobile device to desktop. One of the reasons we did that is currently on desktop, we do not have support for native iOS video files. So this is our way of kind of ease of use into that particular workflow, just for getting your videos right up to desktop to use in your desktop creations. So more to come on video and mobile here in a little bit, but that is just kind of the one kind of initial step that we've taken on mobile for video support.
Yeah,
I think that's also worth.
Oops,
sorry, Jake. I think it's also, I forgot to mention that you can access video content that you want to add to your designs from a number of places. It can come directly from your desktop, a video file that you upload, as Travis, sorry. Internal
code names.
Internal nicknames.
As Travis just mentioned, you can upload videos from your mobile device into your hub, and then you can access them from your hub into your designs. And then we also have Pixabay stock integration, which allows you to search video, stock video within PicMonkey and find kind of the right mood or the right video that you need for your design. So there's lots of ways you can add video assets to your designs.
Yeah, that's really awesome. I think the more I've played with it, I've played with a lot of the stock videos. I realize I don't have a ton of videos on my desktop, but I play a lot with the stock, and it's been really fun just with the stock photos. So I can't imagine if I took more videos and had more on my computer, what that would look like. So that's super exciting. On the topic of mobile, I was wondering if we could have Travis talk a little about some of the changes and new features we've made in the last few months. I know you and your team have been really busy with mobile.
Yeah, so, just to kind of recap, last year we took a little bit of a hiatus on mobile to, really focus on some other initiatives intercompany. We're a pretty small team, so, and there were some kind of higher priority things that involved our time. So really 2020 and the first half of 2020 has been kind of a refocusing on kind of the priority around mobile and what it means for the PicMonkey ecosystem. So in that, our focus really has been on kind of a massive content refresh in the mobile app. So, hundreds of new kind of photorealistic graphics, a bunch of new fonts, a bunch of kind of fresh, trendy, mobile-only effects for kind of your Insta posts. as well as features that we think really make sense in the mobile context. So things like remove.bg, similar to desktop, stock photos, and then things like using your own custom fonts from desktop. So on desktop, if you guys are familiar, we do have the ability to upload your own custom font. So the great thing is now, if you have used desktop and you've uploaded your custom fonts there, they're now also available on mobile.
Oh, that's super exciting.
Really, like, totally. So really, like, the focus here and the point has, for mobile so far in our kind of big reboot, has not really been to reinvent the wheel yet, but to kind of introduce a lot of this new content and specific features, and really learn from how you guys are all really using the product and what you're creating with that, and then really use all of these learnings to kind of inform some of the larger, like, directional product initiatives we're looking to take on basically in 2021.
Yeah, that's super exciting.
That's kind of my big kind of where we are at this point, and kind of leading into what I'll talk about here in a little bit as far as what's on the horizon for next year.
Yeah, I think it's super exciting. I'd love to see mobile getting a lot of love now, and especially with just being able to add your own fonts. And I know, don't we have the inclusion of stock images as well in the mobile app?
We do have Unsplash images. We're looking to add Getty iStock here shortly.
Awesome, that's really exciting. I know it's just easy to be able to do stuff on the go like that. So I'm really excited that mobile has gotten a lot of love this year. So now that we've talked a bit about some of our newly released features, I wanted to give all of you a bit of a preview on the future of PicMonkey. Our wonderful panelists have agreed to give us a bit of a glimpse as to what they have been hard at work on and what's coming down the road for 2020 and beyond. So keeping with a mobile theme, Travis, can you walk us through what you're working on for mobile, and give us a little bit of what you're working on for this year and going forward?
Yeah, so Jake, it really breaks down into kind of 4 main categories that our focus is on mobile moving forward. So moving like the rest of Q3 into Q4, we're really focused on ease of use things, continuing to add more content, and then finally video. So I'll kind of start from the top there. So when I say ease of use, it's things like fixing a lot of the fiddly things in the app that have never quite felt right. So things like how you select layers, how you manipulate kind of graphics and fonts on the canvas. Mm-hmm. We're looking for ways to kind of make that easier to use for, less fiddliness and ultimately quicker outcome. We're introducing things like a new kind of more intuitive start from blank canvas experience. So that is, okay, you're on the home screen, you're starting from a blank canvas. We're kind of giving you more content options, more things that you can do to kind of quick start your start from blank experience. So that kind of leads into kind of our more content. So we're adding more seasonal effects. We have kind of a really cool portrait series coming out to make all your selfies look really great. We have a new kind of fall effect series, inspired by kind of fall colors and those kinds of things on the horizon, as well as kind of a new introduction of kind of a new background component. So things like wood backgrounds and marble and space and a handful of other things that kind of augment that new start from blank experience. And then finally, what I mentioned before about we are introducing kind of the amazing Getty stock photos collection that you guys have potentially seen on desktop. So that's the content stuff. I think probably the most exciting thing coming later this year is video support on mobile. So similar to desktop, anywhere that you've been able to add an image in mobile before will now also give you the ability to add a video from the device or stock videos, as well as GIF support. So that's really exciting stuff. We're roughly targeting kind of mid-October kind of ship date for that. So stay tuned for that.
Awesome. I don't even think I knew about that, actually. That's really exciting.
It's hot new news. I haven't even told folks yet. And then finally, the last little point, and I can't really tell you guys more at this point, but we are kind of starting some initial discovery work around kind of re-envisioning what PicMonkey on mobile means. It's one of the core requirements being full cross-platform re-editability. I can't really tell you guys more than that at this point, but I'm really, really excited about what's going to happen next year.
Yeah, that's really exciting. And I think it goes a lot to just the why feedback is so important, and just us trying to better understand where, you know, what people are looking for, what customers are looking for. So that's why anytime you might have gotten some email from us soliciting feedback, or just, you know, we've talked to you on the Facebook group, or about anywhere through a help ticket from our support center, it's just really valuable to us, and it really helps us. Like I said at the beginning, you know, it really helps us build a better PicMonkey for you, and it really gives you guys a say in what you want to see, and really helps us. So please, as always, feel free to give us feedback, and we're happy to take it.
That's a great point, Jake. We do read every single one of those that comes in. I think Adrian and myself and Joe and other folks all do. So we really care about this stuff a lot. So please send us your feedback, and through either, you know, some of the mobile channels or you know, desktop. There's lots of different ways that you can communicate with us. You know, we do really listen to you, and we do really care.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Okay, so kind of going into that, you gave us a little bit of a tease on GIFs there. We are going to talk about the future of video. So Adrian, could you give us a little information on what's coming down the pike?
Yeah, we have two really exciting additions to kind of our video functionality that I'm excited to talk about. The first is the addition from Pixabay to also include pixels. So we are going to include that stock photo or stock video provider, excuse me, into the mix. And so you'll be able to have additional content that you can search. And I think that that will really kind of expand the type of content that you can find within PicMonkey and add to your designs. So I'm really excited about that. We're also working on GIF import and export. So, you know, as Travis and I have talked about, you know, being able to upload MP4s and MOV files, we know that a really common case is to be able to use GIF images and to export to GIF, especially for social and for advertising and things like that that you might need for your business. And so we're really focused on how we can expand that, and that's something that we're working on right now. The ship date is not specific yet, but it's going to be so soon. I'm actually kind of hoping it's, you know, within the next week or so, and that will be able to really expand kind of functionality within the product for the way you can export your video and motion designs. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, honestly, GIFs are going to be so much fun. Like I said earlier, I'm already spending so much time playing with video and stock photos that it's now going to be so much more of a time sink for me just to play with GIFs. So I'm very happy about that. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so our next little peek is probably one that's, as much as I love video and GIFs, this one's probably nearest and dearest to my heart. I've worked a lot with it in my own, and I've had just so much fun with it, and I've heard so much feedback, and I've worked with so many customers who this is like the first thing they talk about. And that is Collage. So we've been working diligently to create an all-new Collage experience that really marries the ease of use of old PicMonkey with the vastly expanded design capabilities of new PicMonkey. So I would love if Joe could give us a little walkthrough on what Collage is going to look like, what you can do with it, and really how we've improved on old PicMonkey's Collage.
Sure. Thanks for that intro, Jake. As Jake said and mentioned, we really have looked through all the feedback and the feature requests that came through all of our channels, such as the support team or feedback. And what we really wanted to do was take the ease of use that old PicMonkey Collage has for those who are familiar with the old PicMonkey Collage tool. The ease of use around starting with the layout, resizing the cells, and and resulting into a layout where all the cells kind of adjust and reorder and resize together. So kind of that systematic kind of resizing and things like that that we have in our old PicMonkey collage. So we wanted to take that, but also apply the full editor functionality and experience to it. Because at the moment, in old PicMonkey collage, you'll notice that if you wanted to add a text layer or do some additional editing for your collage document, you have to flatten that collage document and then send it to the PicMonkey editor, and then add text layers or other graphics, and et cetera, et cetera. So that results into a collage document that you are not able to go back and re-edit. So that's kind of a one-way creation of a collage outcome. So we wanted to really think and look through that holistically and see how we can improve that functionality in new PicMonkey. And we heard your feedback, and we heard all the feature requests in terms of old PicMonkey collage is great, new PicMonkey collage, it's really hard to use. If I want to resize something, I have to go resize everything else manually. I can't get the spacing correct, or it's just everything's so hard. So what we really did was take the goods of old PicMonkey and then take the opportunistic kind of available features that we have in new PicMonkey to put it together and come up with a new PicMonkey collage tool that is easy to use and has all the functionalities that you all requested and more. So some of the changes that we're making for new PicMonkey collage is that we will have, we're adding kind of a more flexibility of resizing your cells. In old PicMonkey, if you try to resize some of the cells, you notice that the cells underneath will resize together. So this is what we call a column major resizing, where it prioritizes the column approach. So if all the cells are lined up in a single column and you want to resize one of the top cells, everything else underneath will resize together. So that results into a non-flexible kind of approach to resizing and customizing your collage document. So what we're doing is doing more of a selection model. As you all know, in new PicMonkey, when you select a layer and you can apply an effect to it, you can select the text layer and apply an effect to it. So similarly, you would select the cell and you can either apply an effect. You can then, once you select it, you can resize the selected layer, selected cell. Excuse me. So that will result into a more of a flexible layout manipulation kind of logic.
Yeah.
So that'll be. I expect all of you to be really excited for that. For layout presets, right now in old PicMonkey collage, all of our layout presets are specific to a particular document size. So that means if you start a collage document, let's say for example a 2000 by 2000, and you decide to choose a layout preset in old PicMonkey collage, it'll actually override the collage document you start off with.
Okay.
So you would choose a layout preset that is based off of like a Facebook cover or something like that. That kind of breaks the flow, because what if you actually wanted to apply a collage layout to the document size you start off with, right? So in new PicMonkey, we're providing all the layout presets independent of the document size. So you can start off a PicMonkey document by selecting either by starting from a template that is outcome oriented around, like, I want to start a Instagram post document, for example, and then you can actually apply all of our available collage layout preset to it, and it won't override the document size. It'll actually, the layout in itself will apply to the document size you start off with. So that'll result into a lot more layout presets available and more flexibility.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Another great thing that we're adding, and kind of an improvement for new PicMonkey collage, is the spacing slider. In old PicMonkey collage, we have a single spacing slider where you adjust kind of the spacing in between the inner cells as well as the outer cells, kind of the margin of it. But in new PicMonkey, we are breaking that into two different sliders. So you can actually link it to adjust the spacing slider together, or you can break it apart so that your margin spacing and your inner cell spacing are independent, and you can resize that accordingly. So that results into, again, a customized, more of a customized approach to your collage tool.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited to see just honestly the intuitive nature of new PicMonkey Collage, just because, like you said, we've seen so much feedback about just making it a little more intuitive. And I know I've played around with I've made a lot of collages in new PicMonkey, and just the capabilities of being able to, what you can do in new PicMonkey has been a lot more vast than old PicMonkey. But yeah, it's going to be very nice to see just that intuitive feel of old PicMonkey Collage come back, and I am very excited. I haven't got to see a build yet, but I know we're getting there soon, and I'm so excited to play with it. I feel a little bad I get to play with it before everyone else, but I'm so excited about it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the biggest benefit is that Collage will actually live in our current PicMonkey editor. So there's no more of this, you have to open a collage tool to create a collage, or you have to open the editor tool to edit that collage. Like, it's all seamlessly in a single tool. So that means that you can technically start or open any of your existing kind of documents that you have in Hub, and then actually convert that to a collage file, collage document, by adding, by enabling the collage tool within the editor. So that also results into, you can, as you create a collage, you can go back and add a text over it. You can go back into Collage and adjust your layers, layout, and then go back into text and do something else. So it really results into a one-stop shop of a tool where you can do both collage and regular photo editing.
Yeah, no, that's wonderful. I didn't know that it was going to be just right in the editor as well. So it's not like a separate experience like old PicMonkeys is. No, that's going to be really awesome. I'm very excited. Okay, so at this point, I'd love to turn to your questions. I see we have a bunch here.
Jake, maybe before we get to questions, I have one other feature that we could use and talk about that's coming soon. I'm really excited to share that we are working on Multipage. So this is, we are going to make it possible for a single PicMonkey document to have multiple pages. That those pages can either be a series of a campaign that you're putting together, or they can be, a carousel like you might upload for Instagram stories. And so it'll allow you to, keep a design consistent from page to page, and to kind of expand what you consider to be all the same document, rather than having to create separate documents for each page within your campaign for your ads or stories. And so we're really excited to be working on that. We don't yet have an anticipated ship date, but it's being worked on now. So more on that to come in the future, but something that I'm excited to share about.
Yeah, I didn't know we were going to be able to share that. I'm super excited to hear that. That's going to be wonderful. I know I've heard a ton of feedback throughout the years, especially in my time with our support team, that is something people are really excited about. So yay, that is going to be wonderful. Okay, so if there's no more really awesome news to share here, let's move us on to questions. I know we have a good number here, and a lot of people also really excited about Multipage, so that is good. So we can start with, when will new Collage be available? Do we have any kind of like estimated release date? I know we probably don't have anything too concrete.
Yeah, so our estimate is sometime next month. So
awesome. Oh, wow. Yeah. That's even sooner than I thought.
Very soon, very soon. We're actively working on it. Yeah, so it'll be in your hands very soon.
That is wonderful. Okay, next question here is going to be, will the ability to add special characters be introduced, like glyphs and those kind of things?
I'm excited to hear that feedback. I definitely think that how text is used within the product is a very important component of design, and it's something that we are considering very seriously. So I would love to hear more feedback, and certainly there are channels that you can send more detailed descriptions of what kinds of glyphs you're interested in, how you're using that. That can really help us to understand how we can prioritize features like that. So would love to get more feedback about kind of what you're specifically asking about, and how that might help better serve your designs. So keep us informed, and we'll keep you up to date on how that comes along.
Awesome. Okay. Next question is going to be, will there be regular additions to stock photos and templates?
Yes, the short answer is absolutely yes. Both of our stock photo providers regularly update their content to include more content. And because of the partnership that we have with them, we automatically take advantage of anything in real time that gets added to those libraries. So if a set of images get uploaded by Getty to the iStock library, we will automatically be able to offer those in PicMonkey. So you can just keep searching for that new content, and new content will become available regularly. As far as templates, we're always working on new templates. We have an internal design team that works very hard to monitor social channels and to look at what trends are, to take asks from our customers, things that they receive as feedback. We also look for search results, and we try to make sure that popular search terms are being represented in the templates that we create, as well as the graphics and things like that. So we are constantly adding new templates. I think if any of you as customers have specific requests for templates, we would love to hear more about that. If there's an outcome that you're looking to create and you don't find the template that you're looking for, the best thing to do is to let us know, because that can really kind of highlight and help us be aware of what's missing for our customers, and then we can add that to the list of things we consider every time that we're creating new templates. But we should have new templates rolling out on a monthly basis, basically as fast as the design team can create them. We're adding those to the product. We're also updating existing templates. So again, as we release new features like video, we're refreshing some of those templates to include new video assets, and to really help people to understand how the tool can be used to its maximum effect in those templates.
Awesome. And I heard you mention search. I got a question on search here as well.
Sure.
Will search be available for folders in Hub or just Hub in general?
I am so excited to hear that request. It is something that we've been talking about for a while. I'm not sure who's asking this question specifically, and whether you've already sent us that feedback, but we have received feedback in the past about this ability and kind of the desire for this. And I'm really excited. One of the other product managers at the company, her name is Emily, she's excited to be exploring how we can expand functionality within Hub, and hopefully there'll be more to come on that as well.
So let's see, next question here. Is Draw going to be included in new PicMonkey?
Raw photo types?
Draw, sorry.
Oh, Draw. Sorry, I'm like, yeah, Draw. Oh, that's another great question. And another, kind of requested feature that we look for. I don't know if Joe wants to take this one, because I know that he is very keen on Draw, and I've been thinking a lot about that. So I'll let you take it away.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Draw is another one of those features that we don't have in new PicMonkey, that is in old PicMonkey, that was really loved by all the customers. So we've heard the feedback, and we're definitely exploring the Draw tool at the moment. So that's all I'll say. Yeah.
That works. So let's see here. Oh, this is a good one. Will there be rulers available, like an actual gridded ruler specifically? I'm assuming for like print. I know I've had customers in the past ask about that specifically for print, but will rulers be available?
Yeah, I can tell you that we have kicked off a print initiative to look more at how our tool can be better accommodating to print outcomes. So rulers is one of the things that has come up in customer feedback, and so it is in the list of things that we're considering. At this point, the initiative has, we're really kind of in the discovery phase of that, and I don't think we're ready to, specify anything that we're, working on quite yet to integrate into the product. But that kind of feedback, again, I know I've said this a couple times already with these questions, but I would love to know more about, whomever asked this question. If you could send more details about how rulers would help you, what kinds of outcomes are you hoping to create? How would that assist your design? That can really help us to figure out the right way to consider and integrate a feature like that. So I would love to get more details from whomever is asking about that, so that I can consider that for sure.
Yeah, and just for everyone, just for reference, if you want to send us feedback, please feel free to do so. You can do so through, I think the best way is probably through either our social media channels like Facebook or Instagram, or if you want to do just directly to our support team at help@picmonkey.com. They compile everything and give it to Adrienne and her team. And like Travis said, they pour over feedback religiously. I know I've seen them and past PMs, project managers just kind of go nuts with it and really, really take it seriously. So please feel free to send that in to either of those channels, and we're happy to take that. So,
maybe Jake, I can just share a little bit about how that process works, because that might help people also understand how that feedback, it's not just feedback that we receive and then, you know, we read it and review it and kind of then, you know, file it away. You know, we have not only that process where we, you know, actively are trying to read the feedback as it comes in, so we can both respond to things that might be bugs, but also consider timely features that people are asking for. But we also know that, you know, as we receive feedback and we start to think about what are the technical implications of that feedback, how might we integrate that into the product, a lot of times we want to go back and search for things and collate what feedback people have given us over the last, you know, several months, so that we can say, like, if there's, you know, a few different people who mention things about rulers as an example, we might be able to take all of those pieces of feedback and better understand the opportunity because of all the different people who've given us examples of how that would help their workflow or how that would help their designs. And so your feedback is not just, you know, kind of read and responded to immediately, but it's that, plus it's a really good reference point for us to then start to understand these features that we want to develop. So that feedback is kept and considered again and again. So really appreciate those that have taken the time to write in and give us that feedback.
And also apologies for any noise, background noise, the joys of working from home. My neighbors are mowing their lawn. So apologies if there's any lawnmower noise in the background. So another question that I love is a really great question is there any chance of adding a grammar or spell check to PicMonkey?
That's an interesting one, and another one that this is not the first time that we've heard that, and it's definitely something we would like to consider. And so, yeah, at the moment, that's not a priority in the roadmap, but I would love to make it a priority if I could understand more about it and you know, kind of how that would help your workflow. So continue to send that along. I've heard that feedback, and I hope that we can do something about that soon.
Awesome, thank you for that. And this one is for Travis. People are asking if the mobile updates are for both Android and iPhone, so iOS and Android.
Yeah, that's a great question. For the kind of more immediate term right now, we're primarily focused on iOS, and that's mainly due to overall team size, and we have to kind of be creative about, you know, where we focus our resources. So I know that's not great news for the Android folks, obviously, and I hope to, you know, ultimately have a different story, you know, sometime early next year. But unfortunately, for now, those will be mostly iOS only updates, with the exception of video, which we actually will probably support on both platforms.
Okay, awesome. And then actually on video, there's a question on, is video for basic or pro users?
Yeah, video is something that all users can export, all subscribers, I should say. So whether you're a basic subscriber or a pro subscriber, you have access to be able to export, add, design with video capabilities.
Awesome, awesome. And then next one is something that we introduced, I think around spring, summer, that's been, I think it is text templates, which I think for me, I wasn't really sure how they would do it, and then I ended up using a ton of text templates, and I find that text is probably where I lack the most design experience. I never can get my text to look right, so I've really loved our text templates. And this question is, do you know if we're looking to add any more text templates?
Jake, you're not alone. I think that, you know, even as a trained graphic designer, like text is one of the hardest things to to work with and to get right. So text templates have been really popular, and I'm not surprised. And we do have a bunch of new text templates that are planned, and fingers crossed they're going to release really, really soon. The design team is working on them now. So I'm excited that those will come out soon. Yep.
Awesome, awesome. And let's see. No, there was one more here. Oh, will I be able to drag and drop images in new Collage like in old PicMonkey?
Yes, absolutely. That is one of the ease of use kind of functionality that we made sure that gets prioritized to the new PicMonkey Collage. So things like dragging and dropping into empty cells from the left panel, where you can drag and drop stock photos, drag and drop uploaded photos that you have. As some of you may already know, we have this new uploaded tab in the photos and video tool section, where you can upload and multi-select more than one images from your local drive to upload into the editor. And then from there, you can kind of work with all the images that you've uploaded. So from that view, you'll be able to drag and drop into the empty collage layout that you're currently working on. And similarly, you should be able to drag and drop to replace, drag and drop to swap content between cells, and all of that kind of the really easy to use functionality that we had in old PicMonkey Collage.
Awesome, awesome. And then for those folks who are asking, we will be uploading this and uploading the webinar in its entirety to YouTube. And we also will send this out as replays to everyone who attended or signed up. So no worries if you missed part of it. We'll definitely have this for everyone to see. And for those folks with specific issues on sluggishness or any kind of freezing, please definitely do contact our help@picmonkey.com. It's our support team. They're wonderful. They will work with you, and they're happy to help with any sluggishness, freezing, or just any bugs you may run into or any issues. So please do contact them, and they will be happy to get that. So I think that about wraps it up for questions for us. So thank you guys so much for taking the time. I'm so excited for the future of PicMonkey and everything we're going to be doing. And I am probably going to go spend some time playing the video now. So have a wonderful rest of your afternoon, guys. And thanks to everyone who attended today. Really appreciate it. And have a good, happy Thursday.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
See you later.
Thanks. Bye.